Broadcasting live from the Meridics via OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Centennial Sportsplex. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network. As we're about to bring you Game 2 of our doubleheader to close out Week 1 of the new GNASH regular season. JPII-MLK-GCS taking on Page Summit. Apologies for starting this broadcast a little late, but the Mount Julian-Innsworth game ran past 8:30, so that's why we're getting on the air a little bit later. But Zamboni's out on the ice, and we've got plenty of time to talk about our two teams, plus this is the only other game being played tonight. All right, so let's talk about our two teams playing the nightcap of our doubleheader. First up, JPII-MLK-GCS, coached by Justin Clark. By the way, Justin Clark, and with Chris Oram departing Brentwood at the end of last season, Justin Clark and Tim McAllister are now the two longest tenured head coaches in GNASH. They have both been with their respective programs. Tim has been with the Innsworth program for 9 seasons, and Justin has been with the JP2 program for 9 seasons. When Tim started, 2017-18, Innsworth were co-oping with Oakland. They switched to Nolensville the next season. And when Justin took over from Pete Neiman as JP2 head coach, JP2 were co-oping with CPA. And they've had a lot of co-op partners over the years. Both, Pope's had a lot of co-op partners. Innsworth have had like the same 3 up until same 2 up until last year. But Tim has always been listed as head coach of Innsworth, and Justin has always been listed head coach of JP2. But anyway, JP2, of course, with a 5 seed in the Preds Cup last year, but unceremoniously got dumped out in the very first elimination game by the Outlaws, who were the 8 seed. So, JP2 said goodbye to Coleman Glidewell, Nick Hollis, and Nick Pellegrino. Both their goalies were also seniors, even though they were both from the Outlaws, Jacob Benoit and Matthew Simmons. Jacob Benoit had been picked by JP2 out of the goalie draft, I think, for the last 3 years. I think it was last 2. I'm going to have to go back and look. But, those guys graduated. And then, of course, they also lost the CPA players, Saxon Clements and Clayton Roach. In good pasture, they bring over Michael McKever and a newcomer, Knox Morgan. And they also get their own goalie, Collier Owen. Collier Owen, of course, was the goalie pool drafted backup for Brentwood last season. Other familiar names that are back, Hugo Ford, David Bavis, Ben Parrish, Joe Hiller, Casimir Herzer, Will Emerson, Winston Walker. Ian Sullivan is the team's only senior this year. Reese Davidson and Oscar Ford are back as well. Carter Bohoric back on the squad after not playing last year. Their Franklin Grace Christian players are all gone. Cade Ziemendorf, Justin Clark tells me, moved to Idaho, and he's in a prep school up there. He's a senior this year. And Anthony Pellegrino did not return to hockey. Of course, Anthony didn't play last year. He got accepted to the Boston Hockey Academy, but then he didn't get any playing time. He came back here to Nashville, but he started focusing on his writing career, and he's now started up his own website called The Frozen Focus, and he's hosting a web series on it called The Daily Focus. So he is fully committed to his hockey writing career, and good luck to him, but it's a damn shame that he's not playing because, golly, he was amazing to watch those 2 years he played in GNASH. So JP2 have again had to go to the goalie draft, and they have picked up Ethan Hickerson from the Rutherford Rampage. He is a freshman at Riverdale. Let's move on to Page Summit, coached by Greg Sowers. Greg Sowers has been at GNASH since 2019-20. He was the head coach of what was then Indy Summit Spring Hill, and then the following season, Summit left that co-op to be a Scholastic team. And then, of course, the following season, 2021-22, they co-opted with Page and Station Camp, and they won the Hein Cup, and then Station Camp immediately left that co-op to hook up with Liberty Creek, and Summit and Page have been together ever since. What was Summit Page last season? Graduated some pretty decent players. They were knocked out in the second round of eliminations in the Preds Cup by Franklin. Among the they said goodbye to Zach Ellis, Zach Peterson, Jacob Rodriguez, Sean Scott, and Seth Wagner. They bring back quite a bit of scoring talent. They bring back Hudson Halters, Madden Chandler, Hunter Haley, Conley Meeks, Brayden Owen, Elijah Selby, Ryan Ellis, Aiden Garner, Aiden Meyer, Jonah Ferguson. I mean, they've got a lot of really good players back for this season. A lot of really good players back. They've got 10 seniors, and Seth Wagner being one of their goalies who graduated, they managed to fill the hole. They brought in Justin Yanuchili. Justin Yanuchili, who was in goal for the Outlaws when they beat JP2 in the Preds Cup back in February. But Justin is not an Outlaws goalie. He's been taken from the draft. No. He transferred to Summit during the summer. He is a Summit High School student, so he belongs to the team. And this is where he'll play for his farewell season. And I think the Yanuchili Brady Tessier tandem might be the best goaltending tandem in the whole league. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting year. Summit, they could win it all. Page Summit could win it all. Of course, they got to face Ravenwood on Monday, and we're doing that game. So that'll be their first big test. Of course, these two teams played each other towards the very end of last season. They played each other on the last Monday night of the regular season. And then the following Monday, they played each other again in the first round of the Preds Cup. They played each other here on Rink A at Centennial in the same time slot. I think it was the 8:30 time slot on Monday, January 27th. And then the following Monday, February 3rd. And JP2 were the away team and Summit were the home team in both of those games. I don't think I've ever seen that before. That's still one of the craziest things I've ever seen. All right, some Summit players are wearing different numbers than what's listed on the roster, so I'm trying to memorize it before we get the game going. The officials coming back out onto the ice. Excuse me, folks. I got to step away from the microphone real quick. All right, sorry, folks, I'm back. I had to take care of something. I think you know what I'm talking about. All right, warm-up clock is down to its last minute. This is why on the YouTube broadcast I put in the timestamp so you can go from pregame. You can go from pregame right to puck drop. So you don't have to waste time listening to warm up. Because these early season games, man. Especially when I don't have any stats to go over. Here. They are pretty big time holes, especially pregame. Justin Yanuchili warming up in the slot. Is he going to get the start tonight? Yep, he's going to get the start. Brady Tessier will be on the bench. Tyler Bell's listed as number 6. He's wearing number 4 tonight. Liam Garner's listed as number 89, but he's wearing number 13. Nathan Baldwin listed as number 84, but he's wearing 42 tonight. And Reeve Gable is listed as number 12, but he's wearing number 67. That's weird. He should have had his sweater from last year. Page are wearing white tonight since they're the home team. All right, ready to start this one. Justin Yanuchili in goal for Page Summit. Collier Owen in goal for JPII-MLK-GCS for this first period. Page Summit will carry the puck from my left to right. And JPII-MLK-GCS from my right to left. As kick off the final game of week 1 of the new GNASH regular season. And this one is underway. Page winning the draw. And they immediately dump the puck into the JP2 zone. Elijah Selby keeping the puck in at the right point. And he ends up backhanding it into the netting above the glass on the near side. And that took off the first 23 seconds, or took the first 23 seconds off the clock. Ryan Ellis listed as number 41, but he's wearing number 40. So I guess they haven't gotten their new sweaters in yet. Draw to the left of Owen. One by Page. Elijah Stelby a shot over the net. Banging their sticks. I don't think Owen got a piece of it. Puck was out at center. Hunter Haley dumps it back into the JP2 zone down the far side. JP2 ended up icing the puck. Team like I said, they've only got the one senior, Ian Sullivan. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 juniors. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sophomores. Their only freshman is Ethan Hickerson, their backup goalie that they drafted from the Rampage. And they've got 3 8th graders. Draw to the left of Owen. A shot off the draw from Page blocked. Was Madden Chandler taking that shot, and the puck ends up, I think, going into the bench, the JP2 bench. 12:46 to go in the first, no goals on the board. And neither side's had a shot on goal quite yet. Yeah, this JP2 team, I think, Father Ryan have like 3 seniors, but I think Father Ryan are just a bit younger. And Jonah Ferguson ends up icing the puck from his own blue line. This Page Summit team, one of the oldest in the league. 10 seniors. Just 2 juniors, though. Draw to the left of Justin Yannichili. Won by JP2, and a shot attempt from Casimir Herzer blocked. Now the puck out at center. Jonah Ferguson. Ahead to Brayden Owen, who leaves it for Madden Chandler. Right wing side of the JP2 zone. Here's Chandler going to the front of the net. And I think he whiffed on the shot attempt. He was going to that left-hand side of the net, and I think he whiffed. And the puck going through center back into the Page Summit zone for an icing. Yes, it just went over the line. Jonah Ferguson had gotten ahead of Larry Powell in the foot race for the puck. 11:54 to go in the first. Still no goals on the board. Draw to the left of Owen again. Won by Page, and a shot from Elijah Selby at the right point, right into Owen's glove. And finally, after 2 minutes and 10 seconds, we get the first shot on goal of the game. Draw will be to Owen's left once again. And JP2 with it. They get it out to center, but it's taken right back by Page, and then given right back to JP2. Ian Sullivan, left wing side, get the puck poked off his stick and cleared out by Reeve Gable. Puck out at center. Tyler Bell backhanding it back into the JP2 zone, and it drifted past Sam Parrish, one of the 3 8th graders. He's Ben Parrish's brother, and then the puck ends up in the netting above the glass on that near side. 11:08 to go in the first. Still no goals on the board. Draw to the left of Owen. Won by Page. Puck carried out to the left point by Eden Meyer. Now it's sliding down the left wing. JP2 trying to get it out, and it's out at center, but Page have it. Elijah Selby banks it off the far boards. Puck now backhanded back into the Page Summit zone by Hugo Ford. And now Aiden Garner through center into the JP2 zone. Dumps it down deep. Puck coming around to the near side boards. And JP2 dumped the puck back into the Page zone. Colin Breedlove will go and pick it up. And the puck was sent into the JP2 zone, then came right back in and was touched up offside by a couple of Summit players. I think it was Aiden Meyer who touched it up offside. Ryan Ellis was over the line along with him. 9:54 to go in the first. Still no goals on the board. In fact, Still just that one shot on goal from Elijah Selby from a couple of minutes ago. Offside warning against Page, and yet they don't heed it as the puck is touched up. By Liam Garner, and it's an intentional offside, so they're dropping it to the left of Janu Chile. Page win the draw. Here's Landon Ellis passing across the ice to Camden Mullen, one of the newcomers. Puck inside the JP2 zone, but the Knights immediately get it out. Puck drifting back into the Page end, picked up by Jonah Ferguson, banks it off the near side boards. Landon Ellis, right wing side of the JP2 zone. Taking a shot that I think missed the net. I don't think it got to Owen. And now back the other way comes JP2. Puck was in the Page zone. The Spartriots, as I'm going to start calling them, clear it out. Oh, and then it was sent back in by Hugo Ford, and it hit off the right thigh of Larry Powell, and that triggered an offside whistle. 9:08 to go in the first, still no goals on the board. And again, still just the one shot on goal for Page. And they are dropping the puck right at center ice to resume play. JP2 brought it into the Page zone for a moment, taken away and brought back out by the Spartriots, but then JP2 get it back and send it back in the zone. Here's Elijah Selby. Ahead to Hudson Halters, right wing side of the JP2 zone. Getting off a shot. Knocked down by the glove of Owen. That's the second shot on goal of the game. Period. Now the puck put out in front. Oh, and Halters whiffed on it. Puck was put out in front from behind the net. Halters whiffed on it. It was Brayden Owen on the centering pass attempt. And now the puck going back down deep into the Page zone. Icing waved off because Aiden Garner managed to catch up to it. Now Garner brings it back into the JP2 zone. Got triple teamed into the puck. Taken away. Oh, but it comes in front. And Page player couldn't get off the shot. No, he did. He did. And they say Owen made the save on it. I think it was Madden Chandler. Here's Gardner putting it out in front. Held into the blue line. Elijah Selby shot through traffic. Misses the net to the right of Owen. Page keeping into the zone. Backhanding it down towards the left wing corner. Brayden Owen puts the puck out in front. Held in at the left point. A shot from Aiden Garner. Steered away by Owen with a right leg pad. Or it must have missed to his right because they didn't put the shot up on the board. Puck comes back to Garner. Left point. Slap shot through traffic. Stopped by Owen. Now he did touch that one. Or did he not? They haven't put that up on the board either. Puck back in the Page end. They clear it out. Liam Garner tried to clear it out of the zone again as it came back in, but it hit the skates of Elijah Selby. Puck is behind the net. And Page clear it out. JP2 get it back. Joe Hiller brings it back into the Summit zone. Page Summit zone on the left wing side. Oh, he's stripped by Aiden Garner. Going below the goal line. Trying to go around the back of the net. Wait a minute. Do we have coincidence? Because one of the linesmen is saying, is he saying that there were 6 players? Oh, wow. 2 penalties against Summit. The tripping call against Garner. And then a too many men penalty that Colin Breedlove will serve. So JP2 are going to get a 5-on-3 here for 2 minutes. No goals on the board yet. 6:44 to go in the first. They have not had a shot on goal in this game. Now they have a great chance. No, Tyler Bell serving the too many men. They have a great chance to take the lead. Draw was to the right of Janu Chile, won by JP2. Ian Sullivan passing it over to the far boards. Now comes back to Sullivan at the blue line. Now he starts moving down the slot. Passes it back to the right wing. Try to go to the slot. and Reese Davidson, he couldn't get a stick on it. Joe Hiller keeps it in. Hiller, top of the left circle, back to the blue line, Sullivan. Sullivan shot through traffic, misses the net to the right of Yanu Chile, and Jonah Ferguson will clear the puck to the other end. Here comes JP2 back into the Page Summit zone. And a shot, score! Puck was passed off to Reese Davidson just above the right faceoff dot, and he shoots it through the legs of Yanu Chile into the back of the net. It was Michael McEver with a centering pass, and JP2 convert one power play, and they're up 1-0 with 6:05 to go in the first as they score on their first shot on goal of the game. Their first shot on goal of the season, in fact. And 81 seconds left on the other penalty. Aiden Garner released from the box, and now Tyler Bell is in there still serving the too many men. Puck back in the Page zone at the end boards. Sullivan hands it off to Joe Hiller, who gets pushed off by Garner, but nobody could get to the puck, so Hiller gets it back. Hiller trying to come out in front. Owen taps it away from him. Back out to the blue line, and Sullivan passes off to McEver. Right circle shot stopped by Yanu Chile. Now comes back to McEver, top of the right circle. He passes over to the top of the left circle, and Hiller. 40 seconds left on the other power play, the 5-on-4 for JP2. Puck held in by Sullivan. Left point is shot, turned away by Yanu Chile. Now there are 30 seconds left of the power play, the 5-on-4. Here's Hiller around the back of the Page Summit net. Puck in the right wing corner. Now the puck comes to the left-hand side of the Page net, but unable to get the shot away was David Bavis. And Page will bring the puck out of the zone. That should kill off the rest of the penalty. Madden Chandler to the end boards of the JP2 zone. Penalty time against Page is up. They're back at even strength. Brayden Owen dumbing it to the end boards. Ian Sullivan clears it out. This could go for an icing. Yes, it will. Jonah Ferguson tried to play it, but then thought better of it and let it go. 4:28 to go in the first. 1-0. JP2. Draw is going to be to Owen's right. One by Summit, and a shot missed the net. That was from Aiden Meyer. Now it comes back to Meyer, and he whiffs on the one-timer try. Passes out to the blue line. Jonah Ferguson shot through traffic, knocked down by a stick. I think Ryan Ellis was trying to get a tip, and he deflected it away from the net. Puck was out at center, brought back into the left wing side by Page, and a shot attempt whiffed on. So JP2 will bring it out. Jagger Dwyer, one of the other 8th graders, got double teamed to the puck taken away. He gets it back, passes it off to Carter Bohoric, who couldn't get it under control. Puck kept alive by Will Emerson. Now Colin Breedlove from behind his own net, passing it up the far side to Ryan Ellis. Ellis sending it back into the JP2 zone. He's going to catch up to it. Here's a chance for Owen, and a shot stopped by Collier Owen. Brayden Owen with a shot. I'm sorry, it was Aiden Meyer. Collier Owen with a save on the shot. Puck past the slot. Ryan Ellis. Oh, it jumped up off his stick blade, and he whiffed on the shot attempt. Puck out at center. And again, it ends up being iced by Page Summit. 3:02 to go in the first. 1-0 JP2. Draw was to the left of Yanu Chile, won by Page. They bring it into the JP2 zone, but Cross-ice pass attempt went off at JP2 sticking out. That was Reeve Gable trying to get it across to Tyler Bell. JP2 whiffing, trying to dump it back into the page end. So here's Gable carrying it back in and sending it across the front of the net from the JP2 left circle. Puck back at center on the far side. Here's Elijah Selby. Passing it up the near side to Gable. Ran into David Bavis. Bavis backhands it back into the Summit end. Or Page end. I keep calling them. Well, they are wearing the sweaters with a Summit logo tonight, so. But they're Page Summit now because they got more Page players than Summit players. Summit sending the puck back into the JP2 zone. It went off the stick of Reeve Gable as he crossed the red line, so icing was waved off. Puck ends up back in the Page end. Behind the net, Liam Garner. Sorry, it was Aiden Garner. Now here's Liam. Puck got away from him as he crossed the JP2 blue line. Here's Joe Hiller, left wing side of the Page end, trying to go to the front of the net. A backhander stopped by Yanu Chile off his right shoulder as he was drifting from right to left. Last minute of the first, shot through traffic off the stick of Reese Davidson, but hit the glove of Yanu Chile, and he grabs it out of the air. Seconds to go in the first, 1-0 JP2. Draw to the right of Yanu Chile. Puck behind the net, put out in front, but Reese Davidson was already moving past the net. It would have gone to him. Now back the other way, a shot off the glove of Owen. Puck out on the far side. And Brayden Owen with a turnover. He's in front, and he scores! Brayden Owen with a steal in the JP2 slot, carried it to the front of the net. Collier Owen went down, and Brayden Owen tucks it in the bottom corner on the left-hand side. And Page Summit tie this game at 1 with 35 seconds exactly to go in the first. Oh, but there was a penalty against JP2. Hugo Ford is in the box. So Page Summit are now on the power play. Cross-checking against Ford. .20 seconds left in the period. Puck in the JP2 zone on the left wing side. Aiden Garner out high left point. Passes over to the right circle and a shot from, I think, Hunter Haley. Gloved and held on to by Collier Owen. With 8.7 seconds left in the first. Draw is going to be to Owen's left. JP2 win the draw, clear it out of the zone. Justin Yanu Chile hands it off to Aiden Garner, and that is it for the first period. Maurice Davidson scoring on JP2's first shot on goal of the season. Just past, or almost a minute past the halfway point of the first. But then with just 35 seconds left in the first, Brayden Owen with a steal and a score. And so JPII-MLK-GCS and Page Summit are tied at 1 at the end of 1. Ready to start the second period. Collier Owen still in goal for JPII-MLK-GCS. Justin Yanuchili still in goal for Page Summit for the second period. JPII will carry the puck my left to right. Page Summit from my right to left. Page Summit starting in the second period with 85 seconds of power play time carrying over. And they win the draw. Here's Hunter Haley. Oh, nice D by Ian Sullivan to stay with him and poke the puck away and prevent him from having a breakaway to immediately start the second. Here's Madden Chandler, top of the right circle. Hands it off at the blue line to Aiden Garner. Back to Chandler. Chandler. Back to Garner. Shot through traffic. Stopped and held on to by Collier Owen. Draws to Owen's left. Collier Owen. One by Summit under a minute left. The power play. Owen is passed across to Hudson Halters to the right-hand side of the net, but he whiffs on it. Centering pass came from Haley. Put out in front for Aiden Meyer. Shot stopped by Owen. Ian Sullivan trying to clear. Hits off of Aiden Meyer. It comes back to Sullivan. He tries to clear again. Held in at the left point by Aiden Garner. Garner. Backhanding it to the inboards and Hunter Haley. Haley gets it into the left wing corner. Now here's Ian Sullivan clearing it out. Under 30 seconds left of the power play for Page. Yanuchili will leave it behind the net for Aiden Garner. Madden Chandler had the puck taken away inside his own zone by Joe Hiller. Hiller has it poked away by Aiden Garner. Now they're battling for the puck on the far side boards. Now it comes to the front of the Page net, and Yanuchili has to stop and cover. And that'll kill off the rest of the power play for Page. There's only a second left on it. 12:06 to go in the second. Game is tied at 1. Johnny Yanuchili's right, one by Page. Penalty time against JP2 is up. They're back at even strength. Page of the puck out at center. Conley Meeks sends it into the JP2 zone, but right to Casimir Herzer, who clears it out. But Page intercept at center, and Reeve Gable dumps it back into the JP2 zone. Reese Davidson scored the first goal of the game, dumps the puck back into the Page end. Puck put out in front. Davidson shot stopped by Yanuchili. Backhanded rebound try is blocked. Taking that shot was Will Emerson. Reeve Gable now right wing side of the JP2 zone. Tried to put out in front for Tyler Bell. It was swatted away by Hugo Ford. Gable trying to backhand it back up top, but it's intercepted by Ian Sullivan. Tried to pass it ahead to Emerson, Will Emerson. I got to say Will because he's got a younger brother, Luke, on the team, who's the other 8th grader. Now the puck back inside the JP2 zone, out on the far side. Gable passing it up to Camden Mullen. Shot in the top of the right circle, stopped by Collier Owen. Puck back in the Page Summit end. And taken away by Camden Mullen, brought back into the JP2 end of the right wing corner. Landon Ellis trying to put it out in front. Pass attempt was broken up. Here's Ian Sullivan. And now dumped back into the Page zone from center by Winston Walker. Now Landon Ellis at center. Brings the puck back into the JP2 zone, but gets stood up by Ian Sullivan as he crossed the blue line. Page dumped the puck back into the JP2 end. Sam Parrish trying to carry it out, and he does. Avoided Hudson Halters and poke checks from Hudson Halters and Brayden Owen, but then Halters with a big hit that takes Parrish down, and he gets back up and goes to the bench for a change. Now Brayden Owen with a shot from right on the goal line. Stopped by Owen, Collier Owen. Puck out at center, Elijah Selby brings it back into the JP2 zone. It's cleared out by Winston Walker. Now here's a chance for JP2 to take the lead back up. Puck poked away as that player was moving in on Janu Chile. Not sure who exactly it was, but that was a really good chance. And now here's a chance maybe for Summit at the other end. Hudson Halters shot in the right circle. Was blocked. He's blocked in the back check, I think maybe by Casimir Herzer. Now Halters goes right to the front end. Puck poked off his stick. A shot from Brayden Owen, stopped by Collier Owen. Madden Chandler behind the net, comes out to the bottom of the right circle. Shot stop. Oh, it went in. Shot was stopped by Collier Owen, but Hudson Halters was there to knock in the rebound, and Page take the lead. Their first lead of the game. It is 2-1 Spartriots with 8:35 to go in the second, Here come Page again. Hunter Haley shot in the bottom of the left circle, stopped by Owen, who runs into his right-hand post and dislodges the net. Draw to Owen's right. Won by JP2, but turn right over to Page. They try to get it to the slot. Ryan Ellis knocked down. Back the other way goes Reese Davidson. Up. Penalty behind the play. Hugo Ford is going to go to the box. Cross-checking, he and Ellis were tangled up behind the play. That's Hugo Ford's second penalty of the game. We're just about halfway through it. Page Summit back in the power play, up 2-1 with 8:09 to go in the second. Draws to the left of Owen. One by Page. Oh, pass across and off the stick of Halters, past the net to the right of Owen. Kept in the zone. Here's Madden Chandler at the right point. Passing it back over to the far side. Hunter Haley put in front. Owen Halters again. Redirects it past the net to Owen's right. Here's Aiden Meyer trying to go back across to the left-hand side of the net. Halters has it, skates, and he scores. It went off the skates of Ian Sullivan. Halters able to pull it free and put it in the back of the net, and Page Summit finally in gear here. Up 3-1 with 7:41 to go in the second as they convert the power play. So that's 2 goals for Halters. He scored the last 2 up, and now Joe Hiller with a steal, and the shot stopped. Oh, and Yanu Chile left the net wide open, but whoever was there for JP2 couldn't get a shot off the rebound, and then Joe Hiller with another shot and another scramble. Yanu Chile stops that shot and has it in his glove. But Joe Hiller on that first shot, Yanu Chile made the save at his right-hand post, left the rest of the net wide open, and whoever that was crashing the net, I think it may have been Reese Davidson, couldn't get the shot off. Page won the draw, which was to the left of Yanu Chile, and they cleared it out of the zone. Puck back in the Page end. Oh, past the slot. Jagger Dwyer couldn't get his stick on it. Puck held in at the left point. Hugo Ford a shot. Blocked, rebound, score! It's Jagger Dwyer from the slot scoring his first GNASH goal. Was blocked, came right to Dwyer in the slot, and he one-times it in. And it is Summit with 6:51 to go in the second. So exactly 50 seconds later, JP2 get back within a goal. Draw one by JP2, and they dump it into the Page zone. Now it's back in the JP2 end. Hunter Haley from the left wing, bottom of the left circle, gloved and held on to, shot gloved and held on to by Collier Owen. Draw is going to be to Owen's right. Draw one by Page, and Hunter Haley with a shot that misses the net to the left of Owen. Here's Aiden Meyer. Put in front, and Ryan Ellis shoots it wide to the right of Owen from right in front. Ellis now in the left wing corner. Now Haley. Backhands it out in front. Ellis couldn't get a stick on it. And it comes to Ben Parrish, who clears it out. Hunter Haley at center. Passes it off. Jonah Ferguson, right wing side of the JP2 zone, trying to go to the front of the net. Shot stopped. Rebound. Stopped and covered up by Owen. Ryan Ellis trying to bang in the rebound. But Collier Owen making the save and keeping it 3-2 Page Summit with 5:43 to go in the second. Draws to the left of Owen. It's won by JP2, but then it comes right to Aiden Garner with a one-timer right into the glove of Owen. Draw to the left of Owen again. Won by JP2. Now is Reese Davidson. One-timer from the right wing side of the Page zone. Stopped by Yanu Chile, and the rebound had to be cleared away because Davidson was about to catch up to it. Oh, Landon Ellis falls over going into the JP2 zone. Camden Mullen keeps the puck alive, but Jagger Dwyer steals and clears it out. Elijah Selby at center. Just inside his own zone, hands it off to Liam Garner. Cleared it to center, but it's brought right back in by Joe Hiller. Puck got away from him, but it came to the front of the net, and Janu Chile stops and covers. 5:01 to go in the second. Still 3-2 Page Summit. Draws to the right of Janu Chile. It's won by Page. They try and clear, but it's held in at the left point by Hugo Ford. And now here's Brayden Owen inside the JP2 zone. Is shot off the stick of Hugo Ford over the net. Puck stays in play. Now it's out on the far side. Chandler. Madden Chandler below the goal line. Tries to drop it back up the right wing. Brayden Owen holds it in. Carries it down the wall. Oh, sent it to the far side of the net, and it stopped dead in the crease, but Madden Chandler, it hit off of Collier Owen, stopped dead in the crease. Madden Chandler couldn't put it in. Now Aiden Gardner brings the puck back in from center. He's all alone in front. Oh, but he had to pass it off. And nobody in a white sweater was there to shoot it into the wide open net. And the net got dislodged. Oh, man, what a chance for Page. But Gardner caught up to the puck too late. He couldn't get the shot off, and he backhanded it across the front of the net. But nobody in a white sweater was there to put it in. 4:01 to go in the second. Still 3-2 Page Summit. Draw to the left of Collier Owen. Won by Page. Hudson Halters left wing corner. Put out in front. Up and Madden Chandler couldn't get his stick on it. It was put out in front by Brayden Owen. Reese Davidson will dump it back into the Page zone. Janu Chile will leave it behind the net for Jonah Ferguson, who had Joe Hiller coming right in behind. Now back the other way, come Page. Madden Chandler had the puck taken away. Reese Davidson out at center. Davidson passing it off to Jagger Dwyer. Backhander from the left circle misses. Puck at center again. Conley Meeks back into the JP2 zone on the right wing side. Stops the right half wall, passes off. Hudson Halters, a backhander over the net. Halters looking for a hat trick here in the second period. Now Ian Sullivan carries it to center. Brought it into this Page zone, but had it taken away. Here's Reeve Gable, right wing side of the JP2 zone, shoots it past the net to the left of Owen. It was a 3-on-1 for Page. Now the puck out at center. Colin Breedlove passing it over to the far side. Now it's back in the JP2 end. Tyler Bell. Now Conley Meeks below the goal line. Backhanding it out high. Shot from Aiden Garner blocked. And then the rebound from the bottom of the right circle turned away by Owen. I think it was Tyler Bell who got that shot off. Now Aiden Garner holding it in. Passing across right through the crease. Reeve Gable couldn't get a stick on it. And then leaving it in the zone, leaving it behind him inside the zone was Will Emerson. And Joe Hiller will get it out. He'll bring it to center. Hiller back into the Page zone, double team to the puck taken away, poked away. And now back the other way, come Page, Aiden stops a pass dead at center, trying to let Aiden Garner catch back up to it. Now we're going to get a whistle. And I think they called a hand pass against Page. 92 seconds left in the second, still 3-2 Page Summit. Draw's going to be right at center. Page won the draw, but it's taken away by JP2. Will Emerson brings it into the Page zone. Fell down, lost the puck. Here come the Spartriots. Puck put out in front, and Hunter Haley couldn't get the shot away. Then he put it out in front. Came all the way to the right point, held in by Elijah Selby. He whips trying to send it to the front of the net. JP2 clear it. Taken back by Aiden Meyer. A minute left in the second. Here's Ryan Ellis up. Defender from JP2 fell over, but staying with him was Michael McKever, and he laid down to block a pass from Ellis. Here's Aiden Meyer. Right wing boards. Leaves the puck for Selby. Sends it back down deep. Haley puts it in front. One-timer stopped by Owen on Aiden Meyer. Carter Bohoric back into the Page Summit zone. Dumps it to the inboards. 30 seconds left in the second. Now here's Aiden Garner racing through center. Back into the JP2 zone in the right circle. Puts it out in front, but it's intercepted by Reese Davidson, who tries to clear, held in Elijah Selby. Moving down the slot. Shot was blocked. And the puck will be cleared out by Ben Parrish back into the Page end, and that'll be it as it's cleared out of the Page zone for the second period. Hudson Halters scored twice to put Page in the lead. And then Jagger Dwyer had a block shot come right his way in the slot, and he one-times it in for his first GNASH goal, and Page Summit lead JPII-MLK-GCS 3-2 at the end of 2. Ready to start the third and final period of this one. Collier Owen still in goal for JPII-MLK-GCS. Justin Yanuchili still in goal for Page Summit for this third period. Page Summit will carry the puck from my left to right. JP2 from my right to left. Page win the draw. Get it into the JP2 zone. Out in front, score! The puck comes in front to Brayden Owen, who one-times it into the back of the net. He was hanging out all alone at the left-hand post. And it takes Page Summit just 13 seconds to go up 4-2. So 13:47 to go. And Page Summit with their second two-goal lead of the game. Take their second two-goal lead of the game. JP2 win this draw on. Reese Davidson on the right wing side shoots it through the crease. Just missed the net to the right of Yanuchili. Here's Hudson Halters through center. Puck poked off his stick right as he crossed the JP2 blue line. Owen holds it in. It's Brayden Owen's second goal of the game, by the way. Now here's his shot in the right circle, turned away by Collier Owen. There's Brayden Owen again to the slot. Puck poked off his stick. Colin Breedlove keeps it in the zone. Passed up to the left point, Jonah Ferguson. Ferguson shot. Stopped by Owen with a glove, and he's got it covered. 13:05 to go, 4-2 Page Summit. And there's a penalty against Page. It's a slashing call against Hudson Halters. So JP2 back on the power play, down 4-2 with 13:05 to go. Draw is going to be to the right of Yanuchili. David Bavis. Now Joe Hiller, a shot stopped by Yanuchili. Hiller shooting from right on the left wing faceoff dot. Yanuchili stops it and has it in the glove. He'll drop it to his right again. One by JP2. Ian Sullivan, left point, passing it off. Joe Hiller inside the left circle. Oh, he topped his shot. Still got it on goal. Hit the top of the puck with the bottom of his stick blade. Still got it on goal, and Yanuchili had to stop and cover. They'll drop it to his right once more. One by JP2. Ian Sullivan, left point, moving along the blue line. Shot in the high slot, misses the net to the left of Yanuchili, and Aiden Garner will clear. All the way to the other end. Ian Sullivan sends it around the wall to the far side, out to center. Joe Hiller back in this Page Summit zone on the left wing side of the puck, poked away. And Garner's going to clear it again. Puck picked up by JP2 and brought out of their zone once more. Up and then turned back over to Page at center. Minute left in the power play for the Knights. Ian Sullivan back in the Page Summit zone. Rounds the defenders in front. Tried to drop it off. Nobody in a gold sweater there. And Page Summit able to clear. And up. Elijah Shelby tried to clear the puck out. Held in by Michael McKever. He got off a shot that had to be turned away by Yanuchili. Under 30 seconds left in the power play for JP2. And two clearing attempts were held into the left point just now by Ian Sullivan. And a shot from Reese Davidson in the left circle went over the net. Puck kept alive at the right point by JP2. Now it's in the right wing corner. And Jonah Ferguson comes up with it. He's finding room. He's going to skate it out. He'll bring it into the JP2 zone. Penalty time against Page is up. They're back at even strength. Puck dropped back in the slot to Conley Meeks, who whiffed on it. And Page clear it to the other end of the ice, and Madden Chandler, no, it was Camden Mullen able to catch up to the puck and get off a shot and kill off the icing. Now there's Jagger Dwyer back inside the Page zone. Oh, he falls over, still manages to send the puck to the end boards. Reeve Gable whiffs, trying to get it around the kick plate, so Jonah Ferguson will backhand it around the wall. And here's Liam Garner at center, back into the JP2 zone on the left wing side. Drops it back. Here's a shot off of Owen. Puck hopped up into the air, and Owen backed into the net and dislodged it. It was Reeve Gable who took that shot after getting the drop pass. 9:56 to go, still 4-2, Page Summit. Up, and we got another penalty against JP2. Casimir Herzer called, I think, for hooking. So Page Summit back to the power play, and again up 4-2 with 9:56 to go. Draw was to the right of Owen, won by Summit, but they couldn't Couldn't find anybody to shoot the puck, so JP2 took it away and cleared. Now here's Madden Chandler through center. Passing it over to Hunter Haley, right wing side of the JP2 zone. Sending it around the kick plate to the far side, Aiden Garner. Just keeping it alive at the blue line. Now he's skating it down the wall, down the left wing. Now it's at the end boards. Comes back to Garner. Garner with a shot. Puck put out in front. Oh, and Aiden Meyer couldn't get a stick on it. Garner's shot was stopped by Owen. Hudson Halters. Now Aiden Garner. Passing up to the right point. Oh, but unable to keep it in the zone was Chandler. Now he's got Joe Hiller all over him, and Hiller takes the puck away. Hiller left circle. Oh, but Hudson Halters came in and stopped him from cutting to the front of the net and forced a turnover. Well under a minute left in the Page power play, by the way. Oh, but they go offside at the other end. Hunter Haley went over the blue line while Hudson Halters was carrying the puck in. 37 seconds left on the power play for Page Summit. 8:33 to go in the game. 4-2, the Spartriots lead. Summit win the draw, bringing it into the JP2 zone. Up. It's knocked away from Madden Chandler and out. Then Jonah Ferguson pokes it away from Reese Davidson, who would have had a breakaway if it weren't for Ferguson doing that. Madden Chandler brings it back into the JP2 zone, backhands it across to Brayden Owen. Owen out to the blue line. Passes over to the right wing side, and Chandler passing over Brayden Owen, right circle shot. Stopped and held on to by Collier Owen with 1 second left in the power play. 7:57 to go in the game. Still 4-2 Page Summit. Draws to Owen's left. Held in. One by Page, held in the zone, and a shot from Elijah Selby went off a leg and over to the far side. Penalty time against JP2 is up. They're back at even strength. There's Landon Ellis. Now the puck brought back into the JP2 zone, but shot wide from right in front by Camden Mullen. Now the puck back in a wraparound try. Stopped by Owen, and he stopped another couple of shots. Was Landon Ellis, I think, on the wraparound try. And then Liam Gardner trying to stuff it in. But then Owen once again backs into his own net and dislodges it. Draw be to his right. One by JP2. Trying to get it out of the zone. Now the puck ends up back in the Page end. Elijah Selby with it. Across to Aiden Garner. And Garner brings it through center on the near side. Hands it off. Landon Ellis, right wing side of the JP2 zone. He shoots it past the net. Now Garner around the back of the net. Puts it out in front. Oh, but it went off of something. I think it hit off the outside of the post to the left of Owen and did not come to Ellis. Now, Landon Ellis with a shot in the bottom of the right circle, misses the net to the left of Owen, and once again, he backs into the net and dislodges it. 6:26 to go in the game, still 4-2. Page Summit. Draw to the left of Owen. Page win it. Puck was in the Page zone. They clear it out. Now Hugo Ford brings it back in, but shouldered off it by Aiden Meyer. Held in the zone, though, by Carter Bahoric. Bahoric falls over in the left wing corner with Colin Breedlove falling on top of him. Now here's Aiden Meyer. Skating it through center on the far side. Back into the JP2 zone. Puck comes up to the left point. Jonah Ferguson taking a shot through traffic. Stopped by Owen. Hunter Haley with another shot. Stopped by Owen. Puck loose in the crease, and he lays back on it. 5:21 to go. Still 4-2 Page. Draw's going to be to Owen's right. Puck out at center, Madden Chandler with it. Brings it back into the JP2 zone on the left wing side. Triple team, they take the puck away. Jagger Dwyer will bring it out. Dwyer dumps it into the Page Summit zone, catches up to it at the inboards. Going to pass it off to Reese Davidson, went off his stick. Puck out at center. Puck now back in the Page end up, but we're going to get a penalty, it looks like. A hooking call. Hudson Halters going to go to the box. So JP2 back in the power play, down 4-2 with 4:28 to go. And oh wow, they've pulled Collier Owen, so the net is empty. So they're going to have an extra skater on this power play as they try and cut down the gap. It's won by Page. Oh, Elijah Selby. Puck got away from him as he wanted to clear it. Brayden Owen gets it out. Only as far as center. Here's Ian Sullivan. Now David Bavis brings it back into the Page zone on the left wing side. Puck poked away by Brayden Owen. He wanted to clear, but the puck got away from him. Joe Hiller keeps it in. Here's Bavis below the goal line. Puck knocked away. Hiller with it. Selby clears. Puck brought back into the Page end, but Aiden Gardner tried to clear, held into the blue line by Ian Sullivan. Sullivan had it poked away, but it comes right to, I think, I'm not sure who that was. I think it was Reese Davidson, and then his shot was blocked. Under a minute left in the power play for JP2. Michael McKever. Puck taken away and cleared by Page. Page will change most of the line. Now the puck turned over to Aiden Garner inside the JP2 zone, shoots it past the net from the left point. Shot it past the empty net to the right, under 30 seconds left in the power play for JP2. Joe Hiller back into the Page zone on the left wing side, trying to go to the front of the net, but Aiden Garner came in, poked the puck away, while Jonah Ferguson slowed him up. Now the puck in front of the net. And Hunter Haley's going to clear it out. Hugo Ford from behind his own net. Brings it to center. Penalty time against Page is up. They're back at even strength. JP2 leaving the net empty. Jonah Ferguson tried to clear, knocked down Jagger Dwyer. Reese Davis had it poked away. Here's Aiden Meyer crossing the red line. Passing it ahead to Reeve Gable. And Gable shoots it into the empty net. To make it 5-2 Page Summit with 2:05 to go. So Collier Owen was out of the net for 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Puck cleared out of the zone by Gable. Now the puck back in the JP2 zone. Collier Owen back in net. And a shot from the bottom of the left circle to be turned away by Owen. Puck carried back into the Page zone, but immediately cleared out by the Spartriots. And it's brought back in, and then immediately cleared out again. Nathan Baldwin passing across Camden Mullen. Mullen in the JP2 zone, trying to go to the front of there. A shot! Stopped and covered up by Owen. 66 seconds left, 5-2 Page Summit. Draw's going to beat Owen's left. Puck put out in front. Score! Liam Garner. Puck was put out right in front from behind the net, and Liam Garner, with Owen out of position, fires it into the back of the net. And it is now 6-2 Summit with exactly, no. Okay. Some of the lights on that board above the concession stand are out. 56.6 seconds to go. It is 6-2 Summit. Puck out at center. Now Michael McEver with it deep inside the JP2 zone, sending it around to the near side. Under 30 seconds left, in fact, 20 seconds to go. JP2 with it at center. Poked away from Will Emerson. Shot from Luke Emerson, his younger brother. Missing the net to the left of Yanu Chile. Puck out on the far side. Cleared out by Page Summit. Landon Ellis with it at center. Gonna look for one last shot. Nope, that's it. The buzzer beats him. And Page Summit beat JPII-MLK-GCS after a shaky first period. 6-2 the final. Shaky first, but they got better in the second. JP2 got back within one, but totally took over the game in the third and won it. So the goal scorers in this one, Reese Davidson and Jagger Dwyer for JP2. Jagger Dwyer's first GNASH goal. And for Page Summit, Brayden Owen and Hudson Halters each scored twice. The other goals came from Liam Garner and Reeve Gable. And a player of the game will be split by Brayden Owen and Hudson Halters for each of them scoring twice. And that is it for week one of the 2025-2026 GNASH regular season. So the other final score tonight, Ensworth Lipscomb CPA beating Mount Juliet Wilson Central Lebanon 8-4. So here are the standings with those two games in the books. We have 8 teams, half the league at 1-0. Ranked by goal difference. MBA. Let's see. It should be MBA, Franklin, Ravenwood, Ensworth Lipscomb CPA, then Page Summit, then Father Ryan, Station Camp Liberty Creek, Nashville Christian, and Nolensville. Then, for the ones who are 0-1, Independent Centennial, Rutherford Rampage, Brentwood BA USN, Hendersonville Beach Lawson, then JPII-MLK-GCS, then Hendersonville Beach Lawson, then the Outlaws, and then you have Mount Juliet Wilson Central Lebanon at 0-2 at the very bottom. The Clarksville Kings, the only team still sitting on the starting line, and they will kick off their season next week. So what is the schedule for next week? Well, here it is. Monday at 4:45 here on Rink A, Brentwood BA USN taking on Franklin. 6:30 here on Rink A, the Outlaws taking on Nolensville. Also at 6:30 on the Terry Crisp Rink in Bellevue, Ensworth Lipscomb CPA against MBA. Will Ruben Allen be back in goal for Ensworth for that one? 7:40 over on Rink B, Page Summit taking on Ravenwood. 8:15 here on Rink A at Centennial, JPII-MLK-GCS taking on the Rampage. And at 8:15 on the Crisp Rink in Bellevue, Independent Centennial taking on Father Ryan. And then next Wednesday, 2 games right here on Rink A at Centennial. 7:10 Station Camp Liberty Creek Nashville Christian taking on Clarksville as they make their first game of the season, or as they play their first game of their season, and their first game under their new name. Of course, last year they were known as the Montgomery County Rangers. And then at 8:40, Hendersonville Beach Lawson taking on Mount Juliet. Monday, we'll have the Brentwood-Franklin game be on the air at 4:35 for a 4:45 face-off. Then we're going to move over to Rink B and do the Summit, Page Summit-Ravenwood game, 7:30 pregame for a 7:40 face-off. And then next Wednesday, we're only going to do the Hendersonville-Mount Juliet game, 8:30 pregame for an 8:40 face-off. So there you have it. Before I forget, once again, want to mention the new Buy Me a Coffee memberships. We have 2 different memberships for $5 a month or $50 a year. You can have your name listed in the newsletter. And for $10 a month or $100 a year, you can get 3 perks. Your name listed in the newsletter. You get an on-air shout-out for games that I cover for the team that you support. And you also get a downloadable MP3 for games that I broadcast featuring the team that you support. If you want to sign up, go to Buy Me a Coffee. That's BUYMEACOFFEE. That's all one word. .com/mid10sportsnet. Hold on, let me. Hold on, folks. I can't remember. Is that the correct? Yes, it is. So Buy Me a Coffee, BUYMEACOFFEE.com/mid10sportsnet, MIDTNSPORTSNET. and scroll down to become a member. And you can buy one of those 2 memberships. I've had one person make a one-time donation through this. I'd rather for that you contact me on social, especially our Instagram page. I'd rather you do that through Zelle or PayPal, because I don't want to chase people. Like, did you mean to make a one-time donation, or were you buying a membership? So, yeah. If you want to make a one-time donation, do it through our Zelle or PayPal. Get in touch with me, and I'll tell you the appropriate contact to send that through. But thank you to Don and Stacy Graham, parents of Trace Graham. They signed up for the $100 membership tonight. So soon they'll be getting an on-air shout-out. Their name will be listed in tomorrow's newsletter, and they'll be getting an on-air shout-out, plus downloadable MP3s of any NBA game I cover this year, which is going to be for a couple weeks. I'm going to do that NBA Father Ryan game on October 6th as long as it doesn't get moved. All right. I think it's time to say goodnight. And that is it for week 1 of the 2025-2026 GNASH regular season. It's going to be like this for most of the season. 6 games on Monday, doubleheader on Wednesday, except for a few weeks. We've got a couple of 3-game weeks, or 3-night weeks of 3 nights of games in December and in January. But other than that, the average week is going to be 6 on Monday, 2 on Wednesday. Although that first Monday back after the holidays, January 5th, is going to have 7 games because Clarksville is hosting their second game. Clarksville are hosting their second game in Clarksville. That one was supposed to be, I think, December 11th, but it got moved to January 5th. Anyway, thank you all so much for your continued support. Whether you buy me a coffee membership, or whether you buy a Buy Me a Coffee membership or not. I'm Michael Ackney. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll talk to you on Next Monday at 4:35, right back here at Centennial. Again, our on-air finals tonight. Ensworth Lipscomb CPA 8, Mount Juliet Wilson Central Lebanon 4, and just now, Page Summit 6, JPII-MLK-GCS. Good night. Have a great rest of your week and weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday.